lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Wow. Can someone say depression glass overload? Oh my goodness, just look at all that stuff. This is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and believe it or not, folks, I found all of this depression glass within the last 10 days. I didn't get any of it from auctions or antique shops. It all came from thrift stores, secondhand shops, and a couple of flea markets in my area. I just kept finding it and finding it and finding it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is talk to you a little bit about all of this glass, not bore you with all the prices. I got very good deals on all of this. You kind of know my prices. I try not to pay much because I'm reselling almost all of this glass, so I've got to keep the prices down. So just to keep it simple and not get boggled down with a bunch of prices, I sort of tallied everything up, and my estimate is that I paid about $60 for everything that you see in front of you. I know all of that Hazel Atlas cobalt over there was $20. That was the most expensive, but there are at least 30 pieces of it over there. I'm going to show that to you in a minute. So basically I paid about $60 for all of the glass that you see here on the counter. What is it going to bring when I sell it? Well, it brings different prices. Some of it very collectible with a great profit, such as these elegant dishes right here, which currently have a bid of $30, just those 5 plates right there by Cambridge. But some of the other glass is very reasonable, believe it or not. The cobalt glass by Hazel Atlas in modern tone is very reasonable and can be picked up for not a whole lot of money. So most of it's going to be for sale in the Old Curiosity Shop, but let's just jump right into it and talk about depression glass.
Well, I'll say no more, but I promise you one thing. This is a thriller.
What I'll just say very quickly about depression glass, and you already know this, is that it first appeared in the very late 20s. The first colored glass started to become popular around 1928, 1929, and depression glass was produced well into the war years, the early 40s. So all of these lines of depression glass that you see here on the counter were produced from the late 20s into the 40s. Okay, so I'm going to try to name companies when I can and patterns when I can. Most of it I've got identified. There are a couple pieces here that I just can't remember who made them, and I have not had a chance to look them up yet. And I'm going to apologize. I'm going to apologize in advance for the nature of my nails. I have just finished restoring a 1934 oscillating Emerson fan, and it was a pretty greasy mess, and I'm still trying to get it off my fingers. This is made by Cambridge. I don't know how well this shows up in the light that I've got going on here, but this is a beautiful blue called Cello Blue or CeeLo Blue. And this is a piece of elegant depression glass, and it's a sugar bowl, obviously which was not produced with a lid. That I found on its own, and this is just a really beautiful piece. Very quickly, the difference between elegant, standard depression glass. Elegant glass was not bought in 5 and dime. Generally, you would purchase elegant depression glass in department stores, Macy's, you know, Strawbridge and Clothier, the big department stores, Wanamaker's, or fine jewelry stores. And it often was gilded. It often is etched instead of embossed. And the mold lines are usually polished out. So we have very smooth handles, whereas the cheaper depression glass that just gets spit off of the assembly line, there wasn't any finish work done to that stuff at all. And some companies are notorious for extremely rough edges and rough handles that you can almost cut yourself on. But Cambridge made better glass, and that's what that is. That's Cambridge. Also made by Cambridge is this set of blue, cello blue plates over here, and there are 5 of them. I'll just pick up, well, let's see. I'll pick up one. These plates I've already got listed in the old Curiosity Shop, and they have already received an opening bid of $29. Most of this glass I haven't put online yet, but I did manage to get these plates put on. If you look closely, a lot of Cambridge is marked, and you'll see right there a diamond with the letter C. C? That's Cambridge. And these are beautiful luncheon plates or dessert plates in this really delicate blue color. These are currently at $30 in this shop. Here is by Hazel Atlas. This is Hazel Atlas Crisscross. That's the 1 pound butter dish in clear. Okay, no chips, no cracks. Clear isn't the most desirable color, but it still sells. And I also picked up a crisscross lid. Now you could get this in cobalt. Did it come in green? I think so. And sometimes the bottom is crystal and the lid is blue. So you'll see sets that look something like that. But anyway, this is just the lid, and that's going to be a replacement for somebody. These 2-footed sherbets, I cannot remember this pattern. It's in a kind of a yellowish amber glass, well, more on the yellow side. And I have to tell you that it has escaped me. I cannot remember who made this glass. I know you're shouting at me, you old timers that have all these patterns memorized, but I can't remember. Just can't remember. These little pieces down here I'm not too sure about. That's just a little kind of a buttons and bows. Probably a toothpick or shot glass or whatever that is. This is definitely a shot glass, and I don't know too much about it. I'm not sure what the pig is. I haven't done any research. But we see gents get this much, and ladies, you only get that much. Aww. Sorry. It's kind of sexist, isn't it? But anyway, these shot glasses were 50 cents, so I had to grab them. Anybody know what that pig is? I don't have a black light. I don't really, but you can tell this has got uranium in it. This is obviously would glow under black light. It actually almost glows right now, even on this black counter. This guy down here is glowing, and there's no black light here at all. This probably had a saucer. It's a little demi-tasse cup. Elegant. I don't know the maker or the pattern either. Still working on that. Some of these are kind of hard to find. But isn't that just beautiful? The colors. Down here are little shot glasses. These are often made by Federal, and there's usually an F on the bottom. These are unmarked, so could be unmarked Federal, or maybe another company made them. And I've seen these little shot glasses sometimes come with a large glass barrel that would have the liquor in it or whatever the shots are supposed to be. These were 50 cents each, and so I picked up 8 of them, which you can see down here. Okay, let's keep going. I don't know the maker of this either. It's a great Art Deco tumbler from the 30s. I've got to do some more. It's familiar to me, but I just can't place it. Ooh, sorry. earthquake, but I just can't place the maker of this. I also picked up, and it really looks nice with it, a beautiful cobalt shaker. Wouldn't this be great if I could find another 5 of these and have 6 of these with this shaker? This is unmarked. A lot of companies made cobalt shakers. Hazel Atlas made them. I mean, everybody made them. And this could be a Hazel Atlas. They did have this sort of pyramid deco top on theirs, and often there would be sailboats or fish or other things, graphics on the side. It's unmarked, so it may or may not be Hazel. It is missing its chrome cap. I will find one. You just hang in there and we'll get one someday. But this is really cool, really beautiful, I think. I like cobalt. I'll put all this back. Here is a very utilitarian jar, completely unmarked on the bottom. So I don't know if this is Hocking glass. It's missing its lid. I'll find one. I don't think juice came with it. It's a very wide opening. I mean, normally juice containers have or water containers have a smaller opening than that. But I could be wrong. There's just nothing on it. A lot of times, the Hoosier cabinets that were produced in the 1930s, you would get a glass set with them. So this is some type of kitchen glass from the 1930s in the uranium green color. Whether it was part of a kitchen set that went with the Hoosier cabinet, I'm not sure. I'm still working on that. But I'm probably just going to keep this until I find a replacement lid for it. I don't know who manufactured these. These are 2 vases. These look very much, or remind me very much of a pattern called Tea Room by Indiana Glass, which was made in the late 20s. Tea Room is very Art Deco like this, and it's very thick. This is really thick glass. And obviously it will fluoresce under a black light. We can just tell. And these are just 2 vases. Again, I don't know if it's Indiana Glass or not. It's not Tea Room, it just reminds me of Tea Room, the pattern called Tea Room. Okay, right here, this set that you see in pink, what matches are we have 4 cups and saucers. I'll let you see them. This is elegant depression glass. Even though it's not etched and it's not marked, so we don't know if it's Cambridge or Fostoria or Hayden City. Don't know who made it. It's in a octagon pattern. Let's see. Decagon was popular. The Cambridge plates are decagon, but this is octagon, and again, I'm not sure who made it. It's a really pretty pink color, as you can see. And so there are 4 cups and saucers. They are sitting on 4 matching luncheon plates. So this is a really cool luncheon set. 4 plates, 4 cups, 4 saucers, and a wonderful cream and sugar back there, which I want you to see because it's just very Art Deco. Okay. Isn't this nice? And this is all chip-free, crack-free, beautiful glass, no dishwasher damage at all. Great to find what really is a luncheon set or bridge set with a place setting for 4. All right, so let's put the cream and the sugar back. I am unsure of the maker. I'm still working on that. Then I've got a bunch of tumblers here, the sort of just Orphan tumblers. One in pink, which is not etched. This one, which is etched, if you can see it. Okay, and then, oops. And then this one back here is also pink. And I know, you know, when I first saw this, you can get an idea of the scale. I immediately thought, well, it reminded me of the ice cream sundae glasses, but I don't believe that that's what this is. It's very thin, and the ice cream sundae glasses are usually heavier glass. Also, the way it's shaped, you can see it would be very difficult to get your spoon down there because of the skinniness here of the sort of the waist. It moves inward here and then here up here as well. So how awful would that be to try to clank a spoon around down in there to get ice cream out of the bottom? So I'm feeling like it's probably was not meant for ice cream. And maybe it is just a vase. I don't know. Anybody know what that is? Okay, we have 2 cake plates made by the Jeannette company, one in pink and one in green. These turn up all the time, and I've sold many of them. They were actually given away in flour for free. They were actually down inside of the bags of flour. The green ones turn up a lot, the pink not so much. I like the green the best. I'll let you see the pattern on it. The sunflowers. And it is a 3-footed cake plate. And this is identical to the pink one down there. And these were produced in the 1930s. Did I say Indiana or Jeannette? I think this is Jeannette. Okay. All right, very good. And then I told you about that. Here is well, we'll do the cobalt in a minute. Let me reach back here and grab one of these. Now this is a footed juice glass, or a footed tumbler. Wait a minute, I can't see what I'm doing. All right. This is called, they used to call it poinsettia, and I think it's just called flower now. Anyway. And for some reason in my brain right now, I'm absolutely drawing a blank. Oh my goodness, okay. I should have notes, but I don't. So anyway, 2-footed tumblers, iced tea glasses, or just tumblers in what sometimes is referred to as poinsettia, but I think it's simply called flower. And maybe I'll be able to put a little announcement in here to tell you exactly what it is. Back there is cherry blossom. And cherry blossom was reproduced, they started reproducing it in the 1970s. Let me grab the picture. There's also a green, all the way in the back is a green, well, I guess you can't see it. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay, there's a green bowl back there, which is also in the cherry blossom pattern. Here it is. How do you know if this is the real thing or the reproduction? You have to count the cherries that are on the bottom. I think there are either 7 cherries on the bottom, but the reproduction has 5 cherries, something bizarre like that. And also, when you study the flowers on the side, there's a certain quality to the petals that is different from the reproduction. So this is the real thing, and it's the cherry blossom pattern. You don't see cherries on the side, but you see cherries on the bottom, which is somewhat difficult to see. I don't know if you can see there's one cherry right there. Also, what makes this an original is that the embossed design is embossed on the bottom of the foot and not the top of the foot. The reproductions, the embossed pattern is on the top of the foot as opposed to the bottom. So you can get fooled, folks. Get yourself a good depression glass identification book. Read up, learn up, so that you don't get fooled. I was going to grab that, but I won't. This is a one lone candlestick in cold painted orange with karat gold, 24 karat gold decoration on the outside of it. And there's only one, but won't that look nice at Halloween with a black candle in it? I think so. And this is Elegant Depression. I can't remember the maker. All right, over here is, let me spin a little bit more for you. You see a bunch of, well, let's get this green guy out of the way. What's that? I showed you a teacup a while ago. You remember? It was yellow. This is Anchor Hocking's Rainbow. And Rainbow came in red, blue, yellow, and green. It's a clear glass with a cold painted or fired on color. And I like it. And this was produced, I believe that they started in the late 30s with this. All right, let's move you. And then the amethyst glass that you see here, which might be hard to spy. I actually have 6 of these, but I'm only displaying three of them at the moment. This is beautiful amethyst glass, you can see. Hazel Atlas made a lot of amethyst. They made some in the 60s. This is from the 30s because of the square Art Deco plate and how Art Deco the handle is on the cup itself. And but L.E. Smith also made a lot of amethyst, and I'm feeling L.E. Smith on this. I'm not sure because I'm still trying to look this up. So I have 6 amethyst cups and saucers that date to around 1930. And then you can see a truckload of Hazel Atlas Modern Tone in cobalt blue, which was first produced in 1934 into the early, through the 40s. Very popular, and I've got so much of it here. There's 2 platters, there's a big serving bowl. Here's a cream and sugar, and there's actually a second cream, I'm not sure why. Very Art Deco, very 1930s. Typical of the cobalt glass that Hazel Atlas made. Sorry, I'm trying to... Okay, let's get this back out. And then here you can see the actual cup and saucer. Great design, great design. And a cobalt, divided cobalt. This is probably Hazel Atlas as well. There's some water spots in there to get off. This was probably down in a metal, had a metal carrying, what am I trying to say? This is an insert. That usually these went down in a metal ring with a fancy handle, although this is a large one. And it's a divided serving piece for whatever you want to serve in that relish or pickles, olives, black-eyed peas. And then there's a couple more pieces of pink depression here, which you can't really see, that matches the set over there. That could be the bottom of a mayonnaise. There could have been a mayonnaise compote that sat on that, and that's the underplate. And here's a really nice centerpiece for your table, which you could put fruit in this, obviously, or a great big pot roast. I'd put a great big ham right there. A great big ham. Love ham. Beautiful, elegant, pink, elegant depression glass. Look at that. Okay. Ooh, how did I do? Okay, I'm trying not to make this video 10 hours long. I'm going to back up just a little bit. Now, things are going to get wobbly here for a second. Hold on. All right, there you are. And we'll just show it to you again. I want to tell you that I picked up all of this depression glass within about 10 days. None of it came from antique shops. It all came from flea markets and thrift shops in my area. I love it. I hope you do too. A lot of it will be for sale in the old curiosity shop real soon. If you see anything that you collect and you're interested in, let me know. Otherwise, keep checking my shop. I'll put the link in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate your comments. What do you think about depression glass? Do you like it? I do. Okay, it's Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching and so long for now.